long ago. So, it is a Monday night. It is Academy Sports Show. We told you we were going to be here. It's 7:30 somewhere.
Central time.
It's 7:30 somewhere. But today, we kicking you at 8:30. It's nice. It's a beautiful day. It's a day or two before vacation for us. And we want you guys to come in here. We appreciate you for joining us for this daily episodic, well, it's not episodic, this weekly show, which we call the Academy Sports Show. We appreciate you. Thank you. If you have not by now followed us on Instagram, I would suggest you do so. Follow us on Facebook, I suggest you do so. And most importantly, follow us on the YouTube, which is basically a subscribe, telling us you love the show. And most importantly, make sure you trick that notification bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live. I got mine. Did you get yours? The way it works is you get a notification every time we go live, whether it be 7, 7:30, 8, or 8:30. You still in the building. So that's why we push the notification bell here at the Academy Sports Show, because we are men with lives and jobs and children and kids and wives, and things happen. But we are dedicated to getting you the greatest sports content out here every Monday. So we appreciate everybody. If you come into the live feed, let us know you're here. Make sure you share the feed, tag your favorite sports friends, and let them know that your favorite sports show is going live right now. We will not be here before you long. We know everybody got to go to work tomorrow or something like that, or got time to spend with the family. Monday Night Football game number 2 is on, so we will comment on that as we go. So we're going to keep this one sweet and short to the point, but you know we never do. And my man, the myth, the legend himself is here with us as always, Mr. Joel Williams.
Man, what's good, everybody, man? I appreciate y'all sticking with us tonight. It might just be one. I see somebody entered the room. I appreciate you. Shout out. Let us know you're here. Man, Justin Jefferson just scored. I'm playing against him in fantasy in the first week of the playoffs. That's not a good look, but the gritty is in effect. Anyway, hey, man, welcome to the show, everybody. We appreciate y'all jumping in with us, man, hanging out with us. As you heard Dre say, man, we're going to be short and sweet tonight. Thanks for triggering that bell. Thanks for getting your notification, and thank you for responding to that notification. I am the cause of the lateness of tonight's show. I will take that right now. Happy Zeta anniversary to my wife. First year. Happy anniversary. First year in Zeta. She made it through. Today was her Zeta anniversary. She sprung a little dinner on me, and I had to go support. So we are back in the building now. What up, though, James? Man, I thought I was going to come on live tonight and have a big, loud Cleveland ready for you. Have my Browns hat ready, and then let it slip away. But we're going to talk NFL, man, week 15.
You know what you could do, though? Forward down the field. It is the team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver ring. No? All right.
Yeah, so they ruined a lot of people's pockets this weekend. The Lions beating the Arizona Cardinals. New top 5 is out this week, man. We got to share it with you. It is impactful. We've made some changes, I'm assuming. I know I made a couple changes. We'll have to see what Dre's list looks like. Also, man, we're getting closer and closer to the CFP. We will have a show for you next week when we get back from vacation. So we're going to save that because the CFP is on the 31st. That is on New Year's Eve. But we wanted to come in tonight, man, get right to the point. Nice and quick. Week 15 is wrapping up. The playoff race is tight, so we got a lot to cover tonight. Plus trivia. There's a couple people in the room. Thought I was going to try to get a dub tonight with nobody in the room, but I see a couple people. So I might have some people to go up against tonight for trivia. And, of course, we got What the Meme in the building. So we're ready to get it started, man. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Let's get it going. It is the Academy Sports Show live.
Let's do it. All right. So it is trivia night. Your record is 2-4?
2-4.
2-4. Okay. Your record is 2-4. As trivia night goes, Joel has until the correct answer enters the chat. That's why he waited until 8:30 to go live today. He was trying to get less and less people in here to give himself a better chance.
Tried it.
So if you put the right answer in the chat before he does, the field wins and he gets another loss. But if he says the correct answer, that is a win for him. But he cannot say the wrong answer. So it's all on his shoulders, and you guys can steal the win if you just do a quick Google search before he puts it.
Man, come on. I'm going to start using Google. See who can type faster.
Nah, man, you can't do that. That's disingenuous.
See who can type faster.
All right, so we've did MLB, we've did NBA, we've did NFL, we've did college. Today, we enter the realms of golf.
Oh my God.
Oh. We enter the realms of golf, sir. I saw a nice what's up, Pop? I saw a nice story about Tiger Woods and his son playing, and it was just it made me think of some Tiger Woods trivia.
Oh, Tiger Woods trivia.
Tiger Woods trivia. So here we go, sir. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. In 1997, Tiger Woods won his first major.
Yes.
What was it?
The Masters at Augusta.
The Masters at Augusta. There you go. There you go. You got it.
One of my favorite sports history moments. The victor.
There you go.
Thank you. I was just hoping you didn't hit me with the how many majors has he won?
By how many strokes?
For extra, do I get an extra point for this?
No.
Oh. All right, I'll still throw a number. I believe it was a blowout, and he won by, I'll say he won by 13 strokes.
12.
Ooh.
12.
Well, Perry got it, and James got it, but you were late.
I feel like they're on a time delay, too. It's not fair.
You're on a time delay, so you can go back and watch it live and know you were late. So, scoreboard update. Let's go ahead and edit that now.
Okay.
We'll make sure it's saved for next week. Scoreboard update. The host back in the game. We're back in the game, baby. With a big dub tonight. The field still leads us 4-3.
There you go. Okay. So I'm gonna issue a challenge to you as well for next week.
Okay.
I would like a trivia question next week. Let's make it the host. Can I be a part of this?
Yes, sir.
Can you throw me up? Can we interchange?
I got you.
Week to week?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I've gotten us off to a good start. I've kept us in the game. You come back next week and bring the tide. So be here next Monday night. We will be here. We will be back from vacay. We will be online. We got a lot to talk about. Be here with us next week. Trivia. It'll be the host versus the field.
There we go.
Andre.
There we go.
Is up.
There we go. All right. Up next, What the Meme. Once again, What the Meme. We play this every week. If you got a meme, you see something funny, you see something that that piques the interest, or it's actually a really good question, make sure you throw it to us. Whether you know us personally or you know the show, hit us up, throw it to us, and it'll be shown on the show. All right, first one. My brother sent me this today.
I sent you.
My brother sent me this. Ooh, fumble. Come on, Justin.
Let's go, defense.
Come on,
Need
Justin.
points, defense. Good job.
Get your hands on the ball. Jeez.
Here we go. I need all the points I can get tonight from this Minnesota defense.
Pulled it. It was a good read. You just tucked the ball.
Nice cut, too. You got to tuck that football. I ain't tight, buddy. Ooh, hit the elbow.
Doggone it. All right, so the meme is, if all six were at their peak, who would be pushed to the bench? All right, so we got Chef, we got Steph Curry, we got the Black Mamba Kobe Bryant, we got the GOAT, as some of them call him, MJ, you got the King LeBron, you got easy money sniper himself, KD, and you got the Cactus, the Shactus, the Big Aristotle, whatever you want to call him, the most dominant player in NBA history, Shaquille O'Neal. Which one goes to the bench?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, bro, this is easy for me.
This is easy for you.
First of all, stop putting prime LeBron in the Lakers jersey. Prime LeBron is 6 guy / second run with Cavaliers.
That is true. Yep, on the bottom of the meme, it got cut out. It did say all in their primes.
Yes,
it did say all in their primes.
All right. So prime LeBron. Let's just be clear. That's not prime LeBron. But man, listen. I'm putting KD on the bench, bro.
Ooh.
Putting KD on the bench. KD coming off the bench, bro.
Whoa. Definitely not where I thought you were going with that. I thought you was going to continue your Kobe slander.
Nope. Because this is in their prime, okay? Shaq, one of the most dominant. That's enough to be in the starting lineup. Steph, best shooter ever. I'm sorry, best shooter ever. When your ever is after you play. You on starting five. Prime Bron, bro, sick. Practically unstoppable. The King, Mini, the GOAT, to some. 1A, 1B, number 2 for me. Kobe is Kobe. Like, I do my slander, my Kobe slander, but Kobe was the one that I hated on, but I always have said this about Kobe. I respect his game. And to me, if you're at the time it was Bron and Kobe, I chose Bron. And if you are a true fan, you still gotta respect those villains that are your villains to what you want your team to do. We never got to see Kobe and Bron go head to head, except for on Christmas a couple times, and Bron got them dubs. But Kobe in his prime was next level. He's Kobe. He's Kobe. Like there's a reason we 5 Kobe. Okay. And of course there's the GOAT. So to me, all of these 5 that I'm picking to play to start are the greatest. And I see some of the comments, MJ and Kobe, same skill set. I ain't thinking about that. Skill sets don't matter in this case. Who playing against this squad? I don't care. They do the same thing. KD going to the bench for me. Because he's one of the most pure scorers, but he's not out of this group. He's not the greatest something in this group. So I'm going KD to the bench. Ooh.
He's not the greatest.
Greatest something in this group.
Oh.
So James says Kobe to the bench because MJ and Kobe are the same. Perry questions that. Kobe to the bench? Fred calls out Steph to the bench. Give me the reasons, though. Tell me why. Perry sending Steph to the bench. So we got 2 for Steph going to the bench. James says MJ and Kobe got the same skill set. I hear you, but does that matter here? I'm getting the Joe blow, KD. Hey, Perry, do you know that your auntie, my mother, used to call me that all the time? Fred says, still got to go to the bench. Need playmakers in all positions. Who's not a playmaker? Steph? Have you seen Steph off a screen? Have you seen Steph off of a dribble? Just point it out. All right. Hey, E. Hey, Erica. All right. Ain't no way I'm putting KD on anybody's bench.
That's tough, bro. I
stated my case.
Listen, I was going to be right with you with the Kobe slander today. I was putting Kobe on the bench.
Put Kobe on the bench.
I'm putting Kobe on the bench. Kobe and Jordan, that's redundant.
Y'all setting these teams up for redundancy?
That's redundant.
Come
Okay.
on.
When I take Jordan out, I can put Kobe in. There's no drop off.
We're using coaching 101 here. Listen,
there's
I
no
want the
drop
best.
off.
Can I get the best 5 on the floor?
I'm definitely not benching Steph. That is definitely not happening. The best shooter on the team, and you want to put him on the bench? That doesn't happen. You put scrubs on your team in the starting 5 just because they can shoot, just for that skill set. You're gonna put the best shooter ever on the bench? That makes no sense to me. So, Kyle Korver got his starts because he can shoot the rock. JJ Redick got his starts because he can shoot the rock and nothing else. So you telling me the best shooter of all time can't make the starting 5 of this roster?
They're saying there's arguments from the I don't want to call it peanut gallery from our listeners here that are giving us the Steph doesn't play defense. Does Steph need to play defense in this lineup?
I don't know if Steph necessarily is here for his defense.
That's not why Steph is here.
Because this team is putting up 4,000 points a game. It's not much.
We're not talking about defense. Okay, all these coaches, we're all coaches, right? Why are we being so coaches tonight? Come on, guys.
You just got to go with greatness, bro. You got 2 of the guys that are in anybody's conversation of GOAT conversation. You got the greatest shooter of all time. You got the most versatile scorer of all time. And you got the most dominant player of all time. Kobe got to go to the bench. I know it's blasphemous. I know it's RIP. I know it's RH. But you just got to say what's true. What's true is that Kobe got to go to the bench because KD ain't sitting on nobody's bench. He's the most versatile scorer of all time. He will go down in that way. And I can't do that. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Ooh.
Hey, man, I disagree.
Ooh.
I love this show because you get to state your case. Kobe versus Durant, best out of 7. Durant's winning 4. Respond. Audience respond. Dre, best out. Kobe not locking Durant?
Oh.
Kobe not locking Durant? All defensive player? Kobe? All defensive player Kobe? Kobe?
Prime Kobe?
We call him the Mamba.
Here's the thing. Nobody really knows when Durant's prime is, or if he's even in it, or is it past already. Because of the injuries and because of the super team. Right. Can you say Golden State Durant was prime Durant? We didn't even really he was on the super team. Didn't really get to see him to go God mode because he had 2 of the top 3 shooters of all times on his team. Was it OKC? Definitely wasn't then because he didn't have his bag then. Is it now? Is this prime KD now? He ain't got no chips. That's prime KD in Brooklyn. So when exactly is prime KD? We know prime Kobe. We've seen prime Kobe. We've seen the jersey in the mouth, prime Kobe. We've seen Kobe will his team to victories with Scott, with Sasha Vujicic and Andrew Bynum. Okay? We see him play with Candace Parker's brother and made him a starter. We see him with Smush Parker and win 60 games. So we see him fly a helicopter back and forth after a court case and still drop 60. So you telling me this man is going to lose 4 games to Kevin Durant? I say that's the no, my brother. I can't give you that one.
Whew. All right, so points are being made about the best shooter argument. With the rest of these guys, we do not need the greatest shooter. MJ, Kobe, KD, Kang, and Shaq scoring is taken care of. Fred says Kobe wins in 4 or 2, depending on the score of the last 2. Barry said Kobe ain't losing 4 times to Durant at all. That was prime Durant. Did you watch KD against your Kang? I did. And a lot of times that was KD winning that. As far as defensively one-on-one. KD frustrated Bron. They like the Candace Parker reference.
He ain't
What
got
was
a
his
name.
actual name? Anthony Parker? What was
Whatever. Candace Parker's brother.
That's interesting. Listen, man. We've said our piece. I knew this was going to be a good one when I saw it pop up on IG. I think that was flagrant on Kobe losing for the Durant. But that's why we love the show.
That's why we love y'all, man.
That's why we love y'all.
Gotta keep
It'd
it
be a
hot.
bad KD to come to Golden State, bro. You're right. You know what? Maybe let's say this. I'm a low-key KD hater. Because the lead from OKC to me was bogus. But it is what it is. But listen, I'm just not putting the best shooter in the game on the bench.
It's just to me, I understand that LeBron battled the Golden State Warriors, and then you add Kevin Durant to that team. Nobody's winning championships.
Right.
So he got games off of them. Yeah, that's to be commended. J.R. Smith messed up for game one into the second round, on the second go around. But it's easy to ball out when you know you're going to win.
The best
know you're going to win.
The team with the best regular season record of all time lost to LeBron and the Cavs and went out and had to get KD to win. If you had ran that back the following year with no KD, the Cavaliers win 2 in a row. That
was the biggest bought championship that I've ever witnessed in my life. Like, once he joined that team, it was a wrap. Nobody was beating them, and they knew it, and the league knew it. And Bron tried his best. His best was a couple games here or there with the team that he had. But I mean, it's easy to pull up from three with confidence, knowing you got Steph, Clay, Draymond, Steve Kerr, and the whole Golden State organization as a top-notch organization behind you, knowing that y'all not dropping this series. It's a cakewalk. You about to get this chip. You about to get this ring. So and that's my question. Like, was that prime KD? Did you really see his whole bag, or was he held back because he had a all-star team? He had great moments. He had great flashes, but you never saw KD's whole bag. Just like you didn't. Steph had to hold his bag back because he had to play with KD. They all had to reserve their games in one way or another. So when did we actually see prime Kevin Durant? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm diminishing the shit out of it. I say right now, I'm diminishing the hell out of KD with Golden State because you got a ring. You paid for it. You got it. You went and got it. That's cool. Now you're in Brooklyn trying to do it on your own. So this ring, if he gets a ring with Brooklyn, then that would be more than his 2 rings with Golden State to me.
Right.
It was a reason why it was a national story of Giannis's ring meant way more than KD's rings. It was national stories. Which rings meant more, Giannis's 1 or KD's 2? Giannis's 1 meant way more than KD's 2 because everybody know what KD did to get those 2. You can't take it away from him. He's a champion. You can't take away from him that he's a Finals MVP. But something was funky about it, and can't nobody say it wasn't.
Hey, I'm being accused of being a Elmar hater, somewhat of a Jay Herbert hater. Brother, I told you to play Herbert this week. What are you talking about? I'm not a Herbert hater, bro. Hey, man. Say, Dre, where were you watching, man? Did you see KD on the court against Kang? Hey, man, listen.
Easy to pull up when you got 2 snipers behind you. When you know you're going to win.
Cool, man. Let's not act like that squad was it. Do we really have to? The 2017 squad,
that's a 2K squad, bro.
You can't argue that squad was not being beat, bro. LeBron did his best. They got 2 games that year.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
That was it. There was no way. So
when he went to that team, you know he was winning a championship. That season was so boring because you knew what was going to happen at the end of it. Right. It's like so, you went to the movies to go watch a movie, and somebody already told you how it was going to be. What's the purpose?
He does have 2 rings, so
I said that you can't take it away from him.
Can't take it away from him.
But it was funky. It was funky.
All right.
All right, next up. Cut two.
Man. Cut two?
Cut two. I'm cool with that. Cut two.
Woo-wee.
Got Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, John Elway, Joe Montana, and Drew Brees. Cut two. Never existed. This is easy for me. I can go first. Because I'm not cutting Tom. I'm not cutting Joe. I'm not cutting Peyton. So it comes down to me with Brett Favre, John Elway, and Drew Brees. I'm going to let Elway ride, and I'm cutting Favre, and I'm cutting Brees.
The Favre hate, the Favre hate is there because you're a Lion fan.
Cut them. Never existed.
We're being skewered by the fans here. They don't like our KD talk. I'm cutting.
Agree with me though.
I'm cutting Brees and I'm cutting Favre as well.
Hey, let's go.
I'm cutting Brees and Favre. Favre is because Favre, while he was a gunslinger, the picks, my man got a lot of picks. And Montana and Brady, arguably the GOATs. And you got to respect what Peyton did. Elway was Elway. Elway was the master fourth quarter guy. So I'm cutting Favre and Brees.
As a Cleveland guy, you gonna let Elway ride?
Yeah, man. Because at the end of the day, bro, again, when I was younger, I hated him, bro. But when you go back and watch it, what he did in the fourth quarter, this man was just lethal. When you did not want to give him the ball with an opportunity to win the game, even if it was just the Browns. Like we saw it too many times, but he didn't just do it against the Browns. Man, that dude was the master of the fourth quarter comeback, last drive, game-winning guy. Got to do it. Got 2 rings with a great running game late in his career, just like Manning got a ring with a great defense. Both for the Broncos, ironically. But I knew James was going to say that. He cutting John because he's a Browns fan. I totally understand that.
I thought you would be in the fields too with that.
No.
That was an easy one for you.
No, I ain't go to the fields right there. I'm going to cut Favre, and that's because Favre, that's my guy. You know, I'm a low-key Packers fan too. So,
yeah,
I'm going to go Brees and Favre.
Brees and Favre. Just let you know, if you want your son to be a great quarterback, he has to be white with a regular name. Tom, Peyton, Brett, John, Joe, and Drew. Ain't no LaMarcus is there. All right, next up.
Marcus Russell.
Last one. One gotta go.
Oh, come on, bro.
I saw this and I laughed.
I'm not doing it.
Go. The TNT pre-game, post-game crew. You gotta cut one. EJ, Kenny, Chuck, Shaq. One gotta go.
Hey, man. I don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm cutting Kenny, bro.
I want to do it.
I'm cutting Kenny.
Oh,
I'm cutting Kenny. You can't because you know why? To me, Chuck and Shaq, bro, like Chuck's like kind of country stupidity, and Shaq's kind of oversized, ogreous, and the way that they clash, bro. Kenny gives you he's the other analyst guy. He gives you the analytics, right, and he gives you the run to the board. But then after that, man, you don't really keep me laughing like the rest of them do. Shaq and Chuck keep me cracking up. And there's no way I'm cutting EJ, man. I'm not. This show don't run without EJ, bro. Could you imagine these 3 guys without EJ? Clown show. I'm cutting Kenny, bro.
Kenny, bro.
Kenny go for some great one-liners.
Man. The board run is hilarious. And he's the guy that they beat up on. And it's hilarious. Yes. you can't cut the dude that they stole all the time. Like he's the one that gets all the jokes on him. That's
But
hilarious.
Chuck and Shaq go after each other too, though.
I'm cutting Shaq. I'm cutting Shaq. I'm going with the OG crew. I'm going with the OG crew. Chuck, Kenny, and EJ. I'm cutting Shaq. He always late. Okay, they just show up an hour after the show started, and like sometimes the stuff he be saying be super dated. It'd be like, he'd be saying some wild stuff on there. I know him and Charles, that's funny, but sometimes he be giving Charles low blows, and I be feeling bad for Charles sometimes.
Oh,
I do feel bad for him sometimes because Shaq be going low sometimes. But I don't. Shaq is a great addition, but I'm going with the OG crew. I'm cutting Shaq.
all right, you got some folks on your side. James said Shaq got to go. Kenny and Chuck was there before Shaq.
Kenny, you cut Kenny?
Yeah, I'm cutting Kenny, bro.
Oh man,
I like listening to Shaq and Charles, man, come up with the great one-liners and the little sayings like, "Hey, what you say when the building's on fire?" I just like that type of stuff, and it just gets good, man. I like the way they mess with Chuck, man, when he guarantee and they press the button, and I like Shaq and the fool, like all that stuff, bro.
Yeah,
I could do it. I can make it without Kenny. If the show was to change and Kenny left, I don't think I'd be sitting there in 6 months going, man, I miss Kenny.
Man, I miss Kenny. Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, that was What the Meme. Appreciate y'all, man. If you got a meme you want us to throw it up, or you got an idea for a meme, just hit us up. Let us know, and it'll definitely be put up, and you'll get your credit for it. But that is the What the Meme for this week. So let's go right into the show. So
dun.
This was a topic earlier today. So who's your MVP after Tom Brady stunk it up against the Saints? His lowest completion percentage ever in his career. Got shut out. Hasn't been shut out in a decade or something like that. It was some crazy stat that they put up. He ain't got shut out in a long time. Then you got JT Jonathan Taylor leading the league in rushing. Put it on them boys. And bust the game wide open, I believe, with a 69-yard touchdown run to ice it. And then you got Aaron Rodgers. He hasn't missed a COVID game, but ever since then, he's beat top competition. He's done it without his receivers in one game, and they are the NFC number 1 seed right now. So, who is your MVP? Is it still Brady? Is it still Rodgers? Or is it Jonathan Taylor snuck into your heart?
He's a bad man. Hey, man, that number 12 in that green and gold, he's a bad man. Hey, man, A-Rod all day.
A-Rod all day.
It ain't even before Tom Brady laid the egg against the Saints, who seem to be his kryptonite right now. It's A-Rod all day long. To me, this is A-Rod's MVP to lose. You may not like what he says in the media. You may not like his smug attitude. You may not like the fact that he said he actually never said he was vaccinated. Yeah, he didn't use the word vaccinated, you may not like the fact that they slapped him on the wrist and he was back winning more games. Doesn't matter if you like it or not. Bad man.
That bad man.
Number 12, man. A-Rod. That's him, baby. A-Rod all day. That's my guy.
I was trying to get to the stats real fast. The last running back to win the MVP was, quick trivia.
Ooh, last running back? Adrian Peterson?
Adrian Peterson.
Woo! That boy is hot tonight. High score.
2012. Let me get his. stats.
Taylor, surprise player of the year, places on my fantasy team. Definitely surprise player of the year. Definitely should get some love, but he's not the MVP. Dang. He's not the MVP. Sorry, guys. It's that bad man up in Green Bay.
Technical difficulties. All right, so Adrian Peterson stats. So what did we say? You said 2012, right?
Yes.
2012, Adrian Peterson stats were 2,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is getting 2,000 yards.
Yeah, he's got to probably run for 2, and they've got to they probably got to win their division. I think he's got to do a lot more.
Right now, he's at 15-18 with 17 touchdowns.
So you got 3 games to go.
3 games to get 500 yards. The touch 2,000. That's not going to happen.
Even if he does it, I feel I like the argument, James. If he gets it, you got to give it to him. But if A-Rod continues at this pace and they get the number 1 seed locked up going into playoffs, it's his, bro. It's his.
Aaron Rodgers versus.
I mean, you got to look at what they're doing.
Brady stats.
They're winning games because of him. Oh, number 17, don't do that. Oh, turn around and go the other way. Oh, this is about to get really interesting. Ooh, tackle.
No.
He ran about 80 yards there to get 4.
What is happening? I need this. They're giving me like all-time stats.
Are you trying to get this year's stats?
Yeah. All right, so I got an article from Stats Pro. It doesn't say when it was published, though. So Stats Pro says, oh, no, that's all-time, too. I don't know. Stat comparisons. Yeah, it's all-time. All right, well, I don't know. I definitely agree with you. After
all right, well, here you go. It's Aaron Rodgers this year. All right, so 13 games or 11-2, 67.8% completion percentage, 3,487 yards, 7.9 yards attempt, 30 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Sure. In 13 games.
All right. And then you got Tom Brady. Tom Brady, 14 games, 10-4, 67% completion, 4,348 yards. So he has more yards. Yards per attempt is less, is 7.2, 36 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know.
What don't you know?
More yards, more touchdowns.
30-4. 30-4.
I mean,
his team is the number 1 team in the NFC as well.
I don't know, man. It's closer than I first thought.
Aaron Rodgers QBR this year, 105.5. Tom Brady QBR this season is 104.2.
Rodgers is at 34 and Tom is at 43.
30 touchdowns, 4
interceptions. 3,400 and Tom's at 4,300. That's a big get right there. That's a lot of yards, more than the next person. That's more than a game's worth of difference. You know what I'm saying?
All he's got right there.
I like 36-11.
He's winning. That's it. It's just stats wise. That's all he's got.
Yeah, I would say Rodgers has the edge. I would say Rodgers has the edge.
Yeah, number one seeded team in the NFC East. They get the 1 seed. He gets the MVP.
Yeah. I'll say Rodgers still has the edge. I don't know. I know Green Bay locked up a playoff spot, but I don't know if they locked up the number 1 seed.
No, they've only locked up the North right now.
So it's still a possibility that Tom could get in there and take the number 1 overall spot with his stats. So it'll definitely be a fight to the finish. But I definitely say A-Rod does have the after Tom's game yesterday. I say A-Rod has the advantage right now. It would have been great story. 44-year-old quarterback, going for an MVP. That would have been great. But Aaron Rodgers is the ultimate FU guy. It's like y'all think I still don't got it? All right, I'm gonna win this MVP. Oh yeah. Oh, so y'all gonna talk bad about me? Okay, I'm about to go get another one. So he is that guy. I like that energy. I like that energy a lot. That's probably the only thing I really like about Aaron Rodgers is his FU arrogance. But much respect to Jonathan Taylor. He'll definitely get a lot of third place votes. But he's definitely got to hit 2K. But even I think Chris Johnson hit 2K a couple times. He still didn't get it.
Oh yeah, no, he's got to do more. Than
2K is not a lock for
it's going to be more than 2K.
Yeah.
Also, Perry brings up a point. Brady throws the ball a lot more. So Brady's got over 600 attempts for this season. Aaron Rodgers, 400.
Okay.
200 more attempts as well.
Yeah. Okay. James says, not with Godwin out for the season. Tom chances are slim. Yeah, Godwin with that nasty ACL tear.
Yeah.
Evans is now week to week, but you get AB back. So.
Oh yeah, you get the crazy guy back.
Him and Tom have a rapport. So let's see what AB back. See if that still keeps them going. But the Buccaneers are definitely not going into the postseason healthy. So we'll keep an eye on the MVP race. A-Rod, Brady, Taylor. I think everybody's on board with that moving forward. And we'll see how it moves forward after that. Next up, some big news out of the NBA came up. Kyrie Irving has been reinstated by the Brooklyn Nets. They are allowing him to be a part-time player after conversations with management, coaching, and the top players on the roster. They're allowing Kyrie to be a part-time player due to his vaccination status. He is not allowed to play basketball games in the state of New York or in the state of California or in the country of Canada. But other than that, he is allowed to play basketball games anywhere else. And that they're allowing him to come back part-time until certain mandates are levied. And then in other news, Klay Thompson is shooting for a January, I believe it was 14th or 17th return, which will get him a home game against Cleveland or Detroit. Those are his 2 days that he is eyeing right now. They say
he better be Detroit.
Right now, they say he is 100% rehabbed. He's just getting his conditioning. But which return will have the biggest impact? Will it be Kyrie or will it be Klay? Both of these teams are both rolling right now. Nets are having COVID issues, but they're still the best record in the East, I believe. And Golden State is still popping people. So this is just the rich getting richer on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that I'm going to say this because I just think this dude just irks me to no end. But the bigger impact, I think, is going to be Kyrie with the Nets because – one, they're doing it because they need to give KD a rest. So let's just call it what it is. Y'all, he held out long enough for y'all to finally bend and break on this and let him play part-time, which is what he asked for at the beginning. So I think it'll have the biggest impact because it gives them another person in the body right now. The other piece of it, though, I think when we talk about impact is I think it potentially has a negative impact on that squad. I want to see how he's welcome back in the locker room. I want to see how long it takes for them to become a cohesive unit again.
Impact could go either way.
Yeah,
so positive, negative.
Either way. I think Clay is second to this when it comes to impact because he's coming back into a form that is built to welcome him back. And at first, I think it'll be him just getting shots. Like it'll be moving, getting shots in an offense that already kind of flows like that. I think there's a danger in their impact there though, because you could try to force him a little bit to get back in the flow. So he ends up maybe shooting it a little more or really forcing shots that he normally used to making. Because, man, it's going to take some time. Usually when guys come back from this injury, you're talking a season to a season and a half.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah, and it's been a couple years. So you're talking about still another season or so before he's back to regular again. So I think biggest impact is going to be Kyrie with the Nets. It's potential to be good because they are number one in the East right now. Potential to be a negative one too. I think it's got the most potential to be the most volatile prima donna situation possible.
Negatively, yes, I believe Kyrie will have the biggest impact because something's gonna go wrong. I believe he'll find another way not to play. Something's gonna happen. Kyrie's not gonna be available. His mental health.
I think there's a hamstring in the works. I think there's a pulled hamstring in our future.
There's a pull. It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Positively though, when I made the meme, I was going to suggest Clay. I think Clay will have the biggest impact. Actually taking some pressure off of Steph from having to go God mode every night. I believe integrating him back into. I believe in the way they're integrating him back into the Warriors is pretty great. Like they're letting him work out. He did the G League stint. He's doing really extensive runs with his teammates. So, and then they just, integrate him in. He's not coming in playing 35 minutes. Probably start at 15 and then 25 and then work his way into a rhythm. The other guys on the team know he an OG on the team. He's a champion, so they're going to fall back. The Jordan Pooles of the world, they're going to fall back and let Clay get his rhythm. So I feel like they're not going to miss a beat. And then they just add the second or third best shooter of all time back into their rotation. It'll be great to see if he can round himself back into a form as one of the best two-way players in the game. But I hold my breath on that until I see it. But the shooting-wise and the scoring-wise and his IQ, I think Clay will have the biggest impact and just have Golden State just kind of keep running away with this thing. Phoenix is there. Phoenix is right there. Utah is right there. The West is still the West. It's just maybe some different places, different faces, not the teams that you expected to be at the top, but they're definitely top heavy in the West. But just adding a guy like that just takes them to another level. I think Kyrie's going to be a negative impact.
Perry said, side note, Malice at the Palace documentary was great. I haven't checked it out yet. I did hear good things.
It was great.
You saw it?
Yeah, it was great. I liked the one perspective that I really enjoyed was Reggie Miller's.
Okay.
I enjoyed his perspective on how everything went down and around our tests and Jalen, it was cool. Jermaine O'Neal was okay. But I really enjoyed Reggie's perspective on the whole thing because it was really his career that was on the line at that moment. He was on his way out the door. And just kind of took that all away from him. So his emotion about that was really great.
Cool.
All right, let's get to it. Joel, what's going on with your top five this week, man?
Hey, man, listen up. First of all, last week we had Green Bay, Arizona, New England, Kansas City, Tampa Bay. We'll start from the top, man. Green Bay number one. Right now, Green Bay looks like the best team in NFL. This is an easy call. Kansas City, 7 in a row.
Kansas City.
Don't look now, ladies and gents. 10 wins. 7 in a row. They are not 100% back. think we still got to see a running game develop a little more, but 7 in a row. Just want to point that out. So I got to give it to them, man. They jumped up this week. Rams back in it because of a win. And I got them jumping these other two teams because the Bucs laid an egg and New England was brought back down to earth by Indianapolis. And y'all know I've been questioning Mac Jones for weeks. So I got to penalize both teams. Traditionally, we don't knock a 2 seed out because of a loss out of the top 5. Usually they'll fall to 5. But Arizona gets the boot this week in my top 5 because Arizona now has 2 bad losses this year. We lost to the Packers with no wide receivers. And you just lost to the Lions.
And then
you
got
blew out
before
the Lions.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Y'all underestimated this team. Y'all thought y'all were going to walk into Detroit and pounce on these dudes, and they pounced on you. Perry, I thought about putting Dallas in, but something ain't quite right with
their offense. It ain't what it used to be.
Yeah, something's don't feel right with that team. I thought about putting them in,
off the strength of the I don't know.
I allow for New England to stay around another week in the top 5 after that loss because they did lose a tough one. Jonathan Taylor did his thing. Dallas honorable mention, but something ain't right with that offense. So that's my top 5. I don't even think it's a major argument here.
LA's jumped to 3.
Yes.
Like they were not on the board.
They were not on the board. They were on the outside looking in, though. They weren't far off the board.
They had some bad losses. They had a bad stretch there until they beat Arizona, and now they're number 3. I think that's a big leap.
That's a big win. That's a divisional win. You were down 3 in a row, and everybody was counting you out. I told you after the show, watch they come out and ball tonight because everybody's talking about it. And sure enough, they came out and dominated Arizona. Close game, but if you look at what defensively what they did to Arizona, I like that team looked like they were back. Okay. So yeah, I did give them. I gave them the big jump credit for knocking off the 2 seed at the time.
Very true. Very true.
It's like Michigan and Ohio State. You're 5, they're 2. You knock them off, you jump.
Yeah, but they weren't 5, and I don't believe they were 6 or 7 for you either.
I was like, no, they're probably 7.
That's just a big jump for me. That's just a big jump. It's a big jump. I don't know, but listen, my list. Maybe you got something to say about it too. Listen, I went ahead and rewarded the young fella. I rewarded the young fella. I put Green Bay number 1, Kansas City, so we still there. Tampa Bay at 3. We still there.
Whoa. Hold on. Tampa Bay is staying at 3.
Tampa Bay staying at
losing. After not scoring a touchdown?
Yeah, it was a team that has their number, that's had their number. It wasn't like a bad loss to a bad team. It was habitually they lose this game. I get curses, I get jinx, I get habitually we lose to this team. I'm not punishing them too hard for that. And then I got Colts at 4 because they're on a run right now. They have an MVP candidate, and all they got to do is run that thing. And I kept the Patriots at 5 like you did because they beat the Patriots. So it didn't make sense for me to put the Colts at 4 or put the Colts at 5 and the Patriots at 4 because they just beat them. So I'm keeping the Patriots in. I didn't put LA in because they had a really bad stretch before that one game. And it's just the one game I'm just supposed to let you back in because you beat Arizona. After Arizona just lost to strength of schedule, college, if we want to go to college, strength of schedule, that Arizona win don't look too good right now. After you just lost to the Lions. Yeah, but big up that again. That strength of schedule loss, that win don't look too good right now.
Oh, man.
You know, Arizona lost to Green Bay.
We know who Arizona really is, though.
Arizona lost to LA. Arizona lost to the Lions. So that Arizona, it's not what it is. And then before that, they lost. I think LA lost to Green Bay. LA lost to the Colts. Okay, they lost to the Colts. They lost big games, and that's why we knocked them out in the first place.
Hey, buddy. Hey. You're bringing. Where were the Colts at on your list last week, sir? They weren't 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. This team is 7-6.
No,
8-5.
They're 8. They got 8 wins. Come on now. Don't do that.
You talking about a jump. They just leapfrogged like 6 teams to get it to your top 5.
The Rams lost to the Titans, the Niners, and the Packers before they beat the Jaguars and then lost again to the Cardinals. The
Rams didn't lose to the Colts, though.
The Rams are what, 1-4 in their last 4 games? 1-5?
The Colts just jumped 6 spots on your list.
The Rams are 1-5 in their last 5 games, and the 1 win was against the Jaguars.
Is anybody noticing that he's
1-5
responding to my Colts statement, though? Your Colts.
They were 1-5.
The question you asked me was, where were the Rams on my list last week? Sir, the Colts were nowhere around last week. Where did they come from to make it onto your list after this 1 win against the Buccaneers? Who, by the way,
they were sitting in contention.
You have the Bucs. If you're going to put the Colts on this list, then the Bucs should be 4 and your Colts should be 3 because the Colts just beat them. What is this, Michigan State?
No, the Buccaneers beat the Colts the last time they played. That's why the Bucs are ahead of the Colts.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Colts just beat the Patriots.
Right. That's why I got the see, my stuff makes sense.
No, the Colts being on your list still doesn't make sense.
Top 5.
The Colts being in this top 5 does not make sense, sir. That win gets them into like 6-7 range.
No.
Top 5 team in the league right now?
Top 5. Run that thing. When they think they know what you're gonna do, you still do it and you get the dub from it. They beat the vaunted New England Patriots. They ran that thing. They beat Buffalo. They beat pretty good teams. They got a shitty quarterback, so that they got to go through that right now. But minus his mistakes, they got a top 5 MVP candidate right now in Jonathan Taylor, and I'm rewarding him for that. I didn't put my alternatives. My alternatives were Dallas with an anemic offense. They got a dope defense. I'll give them that. But an anemic offense, I can't trust it. I don't trust it. They don't do anything right on offense.
I agree.
I couldn't put LA in there. They're 1-5 in their last 5 games, and the 1 was against Jacksonville. And they lost.
Hey, they
lost to Arizona. They lost to Arizona. They lost to Green Bay. They lost to good teams.
They just beat Arizona.
They lost to good teams.
They just beat Arizona. Why are you only giving them 1 win?
Because Arizona just lost to Detroit. And then before that, they just lost to the Rams. So is that Arizona win still worth it to you for a team that's not even in your top 5?
Yes, because you know what Arizona is versus what Detroit is. It's hard to win in the NFL. It is hard.
Oh, now it's hard to win in the NFL.
It is. It's hard to go on the road and win. That's why bad teams beat good teams.
You just went on this whole soliloquy about how trash they were to lose to the Detroit Lions, but now to make your point, it's hard to win in the NFL. It don't make sense to me.
The Colts just came out of 12th to jump to 4 on your list.
So did the Rams, who was 1-5 in their last wins. 1-5. You put a 1 and 5 in their last
all
5
year. The Rams have been hovering all year.
The Rams ain't been in your top 5 in weeks.
The Colts it's been 2 weeks. That doesn't mean they weren't as low as the Colts were.
Can a team not surge? Can a team not surge?
Surge? What surge are you referring to? This 1 win that just got over New England?
Jeez, man.
Is that the surge you're referring to?
So the Colts next game Saturday night against the Cardinals. If they destroy the Cardinals, do they get into are they not surging for you then? Yes. How many more wins do the Colts need to be a legitimate team that dominates on offense and defense?
Well, they can get another one this week. But, sir, I just wanted to point out, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have the 10th best record in the league as your number 4 team in your top 5.
Did I not say why the other teams were not? You putting Buffalo in there? You putting Dallas in there?
And by the way, the Rams are 2-5 in their last 5 games, not 1-5.
Oh yeah,
they lost to the Titans, the Niners, and the Packers, and then they beat the Jaguars and the Cardinals.
Which that makes it so much better. That makes them a top 5 team, right?
They're 9-4.
That makes them a top 5 team because they're 2-5.
You know the Rams have won 2 out of their last 3. Because you can frame that however you want to frame it.
But they weren't in your top 5 or anybody's top 5 because they had lost 3 games in a row.
But they were outside though. They were outside on the grass.
No, they were not.
The Colts were not. The Colts were in the apartments down the street.
I kept LA in my top 5 for weeks longer than I should have, and you clowned me for it until they lost that Monday night game. They have not been in your top 5 for weeks. And then they win 1 game, and now they're number 3.
They won 2 in a row, sir.
Wow.
They won 2 in a row.
Who's got a bigger jump then? Tell me whose jump is bigger.
They were outside. They're 9-4.
They were not outside. They were not. I will go back and go through every single one of your top 5.
We don't put out 6, 7, and 8. We don't do that.
I will go through every one of your top 5s, and I'll let you know when was the last time you had LA in your top 5. And I bet you it ain't been in the last 6 weeks.
Sir, the Rams
have right now. I'll bet you. Look me in my eye. I will bet you right now the Rams ain't been in your top 5s in the last 6 weeks.
They have.
I'll bet you right now.
Last 6 weeks.
I'll bet you right now.
I can tell you. I can confirm that for you. Right now. In the last 6 weeks.
In the last 6 weeks.
This is this week.
Including this week.
No, really.
They're not including this week because they are.
Yeah, they're in it this week. All right, so let's see. 1, 2. We text a lot.
Come on, Jesus. Come on.
3.
Come on. Come on, Jesus. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come
4.
on. Oh, come on, Jesus. Come on, God. Come on now. Come on, God. Come on, Jesus. Come on. Come on.
5, sir. Right there. There you go.
Oh, you had to search for them.
November 15th.
Oh,
the LA Rams.
You had to search for them since November. Since the beginning of November.
Now. Don't try to reframe it.
Lord.
Don't try to go 2-5 or 2 out of the last 3. You said 6 weeks. You are incorrect, sir.
So they definitely weren't number 6 on your list. Whatever, however you want to frame it, however you want to do it. They weren't 6. They weren't 7. They weren't 8. They weren't 9. They ain't been on your list in how many weeks?
We don't do.
And then they jumped to number 3. Get out of here.
We don't do 6, 7, and 8.
We can
start doing that so that accusation can be true.
Get out.
But the Rams are a top 6 team. They're the 6th.
I lost.
They are the 6th seed in the league.
I lost the bet, but I made my point.
8-6 Indianapolis Colts. The 8-6 Indianapolis Colts, not even in first place in their division, are your number 14. Sir, answer my question.
Run that thing.
Where did the Colts come from, sir? Where were they at?
They came from when they started running the ball and dominating teams. They beat your number 5 team. They start running the ball and winning football games. That's where they came from. Same way Kansas City did. Kansas City was 3-4. Kansas City was 3-4. Then they won games in a row. They won games in a row, and then they came onto the list. Okay, they won games in a row, and then they came into the list. So the Colts did the same thing.
They didn't win 7 in a row, but okay.
All
right. Perry says Green Bay, KC, LA, Bucks, and Dallas reluctantly.
Colts won 5 of their last 6 games.
Oh,
Colts won 5 of the last 6 games.
5 of the last 6 or 5 of the last 7? How you playing that?
Colts won 5 of the last 6 games.
Hey, how you doing that though? You playing 5 of the last 6 or 5 of the last 7?
You just did 7 in a row, so I did 6.
They sound different because the Colts have won 5 of the last 7.
They won 5 of the last 6 games.
5 of the last 7.
Out of the last 6 games they played, they won 5 of them. How about that? You want me to break it down?
Out of the last 7 games they played, they won 5 of them. Okay. Hey, let's talk about who they beat though.
Let's go. How far back? How far back you want to go?
Jets?
Because we just went back 5 weeks.
Jets?
You didn't have them nowhere near.
Wait. Jets?
You want to talk about
Jaguars?
LA's bad losses? Let's talk about LA's bad losses.
Jets, Jaguars?
Let's talk about LA's bad losses. You want to talk about LA's bad losses? How about they lost to the Colts? How about that? How about they lost to the Colts? No? You want to talk about that? How about they lost to the Packers? No? How about they lost 31-10 to the 49ers, who ain't on nobody's list? No, we want to talk about that.
Divisional game.
How about they lost 28-16 to the Titans? That ain't a divisional game. The Titans just lost to the Steelers. That loss is even worse now. Let's talk about their losses. Huh?
Oh,
you want to do this? We ain't go. You want to do this? No.
All right. Listen, neither one of us is gonna win this bet. I'm not admitting.
I won. I don't care what nobody say. I won.
Oh, gosh.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
James said the LA spot is depending on tomorrow's game being a dub. Perry said, "Hold on, man. The Colts are in Trey's top 5.
I don't look for support from him. Okay.
The Rams are 9-4.
I don't look for support from him.
Rams have won 2 of their last 3. That's the same thing I said. Well, there you have it, man. Colts are in your top 5.
Colts are in the top 5.
12th.
And if we know if they're 2 games, if we know the teams that we're arguing about right now played, we know who will win, right? Because it already happened.
I actually don't think
because it already happened, right?
I think, hey, to pull a James reference from earlier with Kobe and Durant, I think it's Colts and Rams play the best out of 7. The Rams will win 4.
But we already know the answer of who will win head to head, though.
Oh,
that's already been established.
The Colts have the head-to-head this year. Yes.
That's already been established.
The Colts might not even make the playoffs.
That's that. You're being disrespectful.
You're top 5. You have a top 5 team that might not make the playoffs.
You have a team in there that's 1-5 in their last.
You have a top 5 team that might not make the playoffs. I just want to correct that out.
You're coveting a win that just the Lions just crushed them. That's a great win right now. It's a great win.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I got nothing. I got
nothing. This is supposed to be a short show.
It never happens.
It never happens. Never happens. And then I wanted to give a final shout out. So right here. This was a monumental moment. It's a monumental moment in recruiting. It's a monumental moment in HBCUs for Deion Sanders in recruiting wise. He got the top corner / wide receiver in the country to decommit from Florida State and go to an HBCU and go ball out with arguably the greatest athlete of all time as his coach in Deion Sanders, breaking the mold, breaking the Power 5, breaking the power recruiting ranks, and this is the first ripple effect that took shockwaves through the world. Protect Deion Sanders at all costs. Now he's on their radar. Did we ever think something like this was going to
happen? No, but I think it's because I don't know that we've ever questioned it either. I think it's just we gotten so used to this every year, these kids going to these Power 5 schools. I don't think anybody ever really thought about it. I think once Deion became the coach there, there was no question this was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. Like, it's just no way. I mean, if you don't know, just follow him on Instagram or whatever social media medium you frequent. Follow him, follow JSU. The way they're hitting social media, the things that some of the unconventional things that he's doing, like bringing in certain people. I mean, part of it, man, you know, with these young people, it's all about creating a buzz. And there's a buzz around that program, and then it's Deion. And these young people nowadays look at two things. They look at that NIL because that's a part of it, as far as like what they can do with their potential. But these young people nowadays are about franchising themselves. They are about getting themselves exposure.
They understand that they are the brand.
They understand they're the brand. Yep. And so, listen, man, he is tapped into that. He's inspirational. He is truly being a black leader, and really trying to nurture these boys and being real with them, probably being a lot realer with them than many other coaches of the other suasions can be.
True.
And listen, man, these kids get it. If I go somewhere, what's the best place for me to go if I want to go to the league? Go somewhere I know they can get me to the league. Well, guess what? This man was one of the greatest corners that ever played a game. You think he can get you to the league? They can get you to the league.
Mm-hmm.
So once he became head coach, it was only a matter of time. So surprised at this now? No, I think it was a matter of time. I just don't think prior to this, I just don't think we thought about it because I think we were just so used to recruiting cycles just being recruiting cycles. It just is what it is. But this is the beginning. It's not the end. You will see more. That is my belief. You will see more.
Yeah. Dope moment. When I saw it come across my timeline, I was really happy, really proud. For this young man and Dion and HBCUs and the recruiting process. This is a great moment. And exactly what you said, I know was Dion's pitch. Like, you're gonna come here, you're gonna make some money. I'm gonna make sure you get the best endorsement to set up your family while you play here and ball out. And you're gonna get the best tools from the best that ever did it.
Yeah.
All right. And just being on this team, you're gonna get the exposure that you need. So yeah, I mess with it. I like it. And then you're gonna be in an atmosphere where you can be comfortable.
Yep.
So I like it.
Something they could sell, man. They don't gotta look over their shoulder. These kids can go play in an environment, be around people of color, and the HBCU experience, from what I hear, is unbelievable. So it'll be great.
Nice. All right. Any other news and notes that we're missing, you think?
Hey, big shout out to the women of the University of Michigan knocking off Baylor the other night. First top 5 win in program history.
Okay.
So got a dub in overtime. So I thought that was huge. But no, besides that, nothing else. We're going on vacation. Going on vacation.
Out of here. You understand me? I don't want to remember none of it. It's going to be the greatest vacation I never remember.
Barry said, great for HBCUs, but what happens when a guy like Dion leaves? Good question. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about that yet. It feels like he's got, what is he, 2 seasons in, right? So it feels like he's got at least 2 to 3 more. Is he? Because where's he leaving for? NFL job? No. I can't see him leaving for a PWI job.
I think his position would be to ascend inside the program, right? Athletic director, assistant athletic director, some fancy role that they make up for him, to be in the front office there, to where you can hand it off to a guy that can fully commit to, building what he already laid the cement for. And we've seen guys like Eddie George now coaching in HBCU. So hopefully he stays long enough to carry that wave to lift up more HBCUs, so the trend doesn't die. He doesn't leave early enough so where it doesn't gain momentum.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't see him leaving no time soon under his own fruition. Like, they balled. They won a division.
Won the division, lost in the HBCU national championship game.
Came up short in the championship game. But getting these recruits, you went 11-1, and now you're getting these recruits. They about to start rolling guys. And then these HBCUs going to go out and try to get another guy like Dion so they can compete. So the competition should be able to feed the athleticism to be infused into that situation.
Yeah. The next big move is for Jackson State to beat a Power 5 team. They got to go to somebody's house on a big stage.
Put them on the schedule.
Yep, put somebody on the schedule. Go there and play them.
Ooh,
and see what happens. Has he interviewed? I didn't hear that.
But that takes time, don't it? Like if he goes out to a Arkansas or he goes out to somewhere like that, just a SEC team, not a big one, Tennessee or something like that, puts them on the schedule. Don't that take years, like 2025 or so, like a home and home or something like that to set something up like that?
Yep.
So that takes years of commitment to set up something like that, to put them on the schedule.
So let's see.
And his son is a what? Freshman? Sophomore?
His son is a freshman.
So he got 3 more years, most definitely. He go see his son through.
Yeah, so he interviewed at TCU. He did interview at TCU.
This year?
Yeah. Multiple reports. One of the meetings was with Jackson State University head coach. Primetime is now 12-4 career as head coach. Tigers are 8-1 this season. Yeah, so it was while they were 8-1 at the time. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Seems like a lot of this is pointing to the fact that they don't think nobody was ever concerned that he was leaving, but
that's good for him.
Yeah. So we'll see. It's a good question.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't happen. Selfishly. But for him, if that's what he chooses, can't knock it.
Yeah, I hope the key is hopefully if he does do it, he does leave behind something that's still attainable.
Yeah.
Ultimate goal. Because right now he's preaching that this is more than just about Jackson State. It's about all HBCUs.
Right. And now they're putting him on like ESPN now. They're like, it's a showcase.
Yeah, they're interviewing him, and
I saw a thing. Michael B. Jordan's got like a thing where now they're putting him on TV, like basketball games, HBCU basketball games.
Yep.
So it's like a whole wave just to get that exposure. And then what happened to it was another kid that committed to HBCU in basketball, but I guess he got hurt or something.
He got hurt. He plays for Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No noise yet.
No noise. Okay. All right. Well, that is it. I'm about to be knocked out like Tyrone Woodley in a minute.
Horrible.
Getting ready to get prepared to hit the road, Jack. We should be back on Monday. But the best way to know that for sure is if you follow us on all our social medias, that being Facebook and Instagram, to keep you updates on the show and the show's progress. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you trigger that bell. That way you get a notification every time we go live, because it may be 8:30, it may be 7:30, maybe 7. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. We're going to try to hit for 7. But if not, when you hit that bell, that way you get a notification every time we go live. That way you can hit the chat. And the best way you can help the show grow is by sharing it any kind of way you can possible. So, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate it hard. And with the ones you love, my family to yours, man, happy holidays on behalf of myself, Andre Douglas, Joel Williams.
Same from here, man. Happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, all that good stuff. And we will see you all next week.
We out.